Hello everyone, welcome to IAS with Arihant. Student, as you know, every day at 9 p.m. we are discussing about the prelims possible series, and here we are discussing about the Indian polity. And students, see, the polity is one of the most important portion for your any examination, whether you're going to participate in state PSC, otherwise if you are participating in UPSC examination, there will be approximately 18 to 25 question will be there in the UPSC examination as well as in the state PSC also. So polity is very important subject and it is very dynamic, so you have to take the data in a very proper way that help you in examination. So we are going to start the data, we are going to start the session where we'll discuss about the basically state union legislature, and in union legislature we'll discuss about the Lok Sabha. So we yesterday started with the Lok Sabha, but we not completed the complete questions. So we will start with the point where we left with, but I will give you once again a quick revision. But as you know, this series is based on this book that is specially published by Arihant, and the series is called as Prelims Possible. So let's begin the session, but before that I like to mention you what is the uniqueness of this book, students. So basically this book is divided into chapters, and these chapters are divided into topic, and these topic, student, every topic contain a very unique mind map. Along with that, students, this after the mind map there will be a proper MCQ for each and every question, and there is a 100% error free explanation for each and every question, students. There is knowledge plus for the typical question, and it contain, basically this book contain 3500 plus PYQ bullets in the last of this chapter, students. Okay, so that is also going to help you a lot in your preparation, in your revision, as well as basically the chapter wise bullets will help you what to read and what not to read. So yesterday we started basically union legislature, means there is a parliament, and parliament is mentioned under article 79 of Indian Constitution, and basically it is mentioning that parliament is consist of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President of India, students. So these three body combinedly called, or they're combinedly performed to make law in India, students. That's why they are called as law making body. And students, we already discussed about the Rajya Sabha and their special provision. In the third topic of this chapter, this is Lok Sabha, and Lok Sabha is mentioned under Article 81 of the Indian Constitution, basically composition of Lok Sabha. And we already discussed it is called as House of People. Okay, why it is called as House of People? Because this house is directly elected by the people of India, so the representative of people will be in the office in the this house, students. That's it is called as House of People. See, this is not written in Constitution, but yes, this concept we derive from this Britain. This is called as lower house, and it is also called as first house. So if we talk about the number, because yesterday we discussed in very detailed format, there's a 550 maximum seats. Out of 550, 530 will be from state, 20 will from the union territory. But if we talk about the today, there's only 543 seats. Students, initially there was 2 Anglo-Indian was nominated by the President of India, but in 2020 there was an amendment takes place, and that amendment number was 104th amendment, and it says that Anglo-Indian nomination is not going to be done in future. And students, initially this reservation was given by Article 331. After that, what is the eligibility? So if someone going to participate in a Lok Sabha election, as it is going to be conducted, okay, so he must be citizen of India, and he must completed the 25 year of age, not hold any office of profit in government of India or in any state government. Along with that, students, sound person, means he mentally fit and not insolvent, not bankrupt. And if we talk about the election, as I told you, it is called as House of People. So there will be direct election, and it is based on the universal adult franchise. So means who is 18 plus and who has voter ID card, he will vote in the election. Okay, and students, this election is conducted after every 5 years, but it may be conducted before that also if this house is going to be dissolved. Let's suppose it is dissolving, then election can be conducted as soon as possible. The term of office, elected member will be in office for maximum 5 years. Presiding officer, there will be chairman. Basically chairman is a speaker here. Okay, so speaker is the head of all sittings of Lok Sabha. Let's suppose speaker is not available, then deputy speaker will be here, and they are elected by the member of parliament Lok Sabha. Okay, so there will be Lok Sabha secretary, permanent office of executive, and basically Lok Sabha secretariat is headed by speaker. Okay, means now if you talk about the today, Om Birla sir is the present speaker of the Lok Sabha, but as you know, the election is going to be conducted, so maybe some change is going to happen. Rajya Sabha secretariat appointed by Rajya Sabha. Student function, so all financial matter will be confined to Lok Sabha majorly. Okay, there are some power given to Rajya Sabha also, but all financial matter, as who is giving taxes, so common people, and who is basically sending people to the Lok Sabha, common people. So that it is House of Common. So that's why all financial matter lies in the hand of basically the member of the Lok Sabha. I hope you all getting it. So this is very important to understand. Now yesterday we started with MCQs, but we completed approximately 16 MCQs. So where we left yesterday, we will start from the same only. Okay, so 17th was your homework, and I am going to discuss the same. So consider the following statement. It was in UPSC IAS pre 2018. So in the first Lok Sabha, single largest party in the opposition was Swatantra Party. So the first Lok Sabha was elected in 1952, and the first sitting was done on 30th of May. So sorry, Lok Sabha, a leader of opposition was recognized for the first time in 1969. Okay, and in Lok Sabha, if party does not have minimum of 75 members, its leader cannot be recognized as opposition leader. Okay, as this question was in 2018, and in 2014 students, as you know, when election was conducted for the general election, and basically Congress got very minimum votes. Okay, so it means that at that time they are not able to create, means there was a question ki they are not the basically second largest party, so how it is going to be done, means how they are going to create as an opposition party. But as they got the maximum means second largest seat in the Lok Sabha, so that's why they are appointed. So if we see students, okay, here if we talk about, okay, just give me a second. So if we talk about the first Lok Sabha single largest party, so this was not the Swatantra Party, students. Okay, this was not the Swatantra Party, and Lok Sabha for the first time leader of opposition was recognized in 1969. Why? As you know, Indira Gandhi, she became the Prime Minister of India, and then from that point, students, there were some few people who means other parties started originating at that time, students. And if we talk about students, it is not required any party who means who has majority of seats, or the basically second largest party will be, they can appoint anyone as a leader of opposition. Okay, so if we go with the option, so only statement 2 is correct for the same. Okay, now just see the explanation. It is very explicitly mentioned and written, so that will help you in your pre-examination as well as the mains examination. If you read the statement, as I told you, statement 2 is correct. Okay, so why it is correct? So in 1969, for the first time, Lok Sabha, the leader of opposition was given official recognition, and their salary allowance was extended by Act of 1977. The salary and allowance of leader opposition in Parliament Act 1977 describe leader of opposition as the leader of largest party in the House, second largest party in the house, with at least 1/10 of the total number of seats in the house student. So 1/10 required, not only 75, it is 1/10. So in Lok Sabha, it is for the leader of opposition 55 seats required, and in Rajya Sabha it is 25 seats. So there is no basically it is not required 75 members compulsorily, it is only 1/10. So as we know कि only 54 seats are get basically covered by or owned by basically this Congress, so that's why they are not considered the largest party at that time. Now see the question number 18. Area wise, which one of the following is the largest Lok Sabha constituency? So this was in Andhra Pradesh it was in Assam PSC 2016 question, and now students it is basically fact data also. Okay, if we go with it students, this largest constituency was Ladakh and the smallest constituency was largest. It is Ladakh is here. So Ladakh was the largest constituency because the population is very sparse. So it means that people are living far. So that's why some numbers required in that case, students. So basically to get that number, we need to cover the largest area. So that's why largest constituency was Lok Sabha, basically Ladakh in the Lok Sabha. And if we talk about Chandni Chowk of Delhi is the smallest constituency. Okay, so both data will be required for the coming examination also. Okay, so smallest is the Chandni Chowk. Sorry for that saying. I told you I think largest. If it is done, then please make a correction. Okay, everyone. See the question number 19. How many Lok Sabha seats are allocated to Rajasthan students? Previously we discussed in Lok Sabha, in Rajya Sabha, number of seats required, and you need to remember the seats for the examination students. Okay, now if we talk about Rajasthan, as it is just a fact data and it was in Rajasthan Administrative Services examination, so there is a 25 seats that reserved for Lok Sabha in Rajasthan students. And if we talk about students largest state, basically the number of seats maximum in Uttar Pradesh, 80 seats. Okay, so this is also just try to remember. So there are currently 25 seats constituency in Rajasthan, and out of these 18 seats are reserved for general and 7 are reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe candidates. So we already discussed it also. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, their seats are reserved. Okay, so for scheduled caste there can be maximum 84 seats, and for scheduled tribe there is a 47 seats are reserved. Okay, and just check the data whenever you read it. Okay, everyone. Now see the question number 20. How many Lok Sabha member are elected from Uttarakhand? Once again, this is a number based data. See, the number for doing the number based data students, you have to make a chart on the same, and it is easily available on the on the website of the Lok Sabha, on the website of the Parliament, on the website of the Rajya Sabha. So whenever you go, you will find the data. Otherwise it is available in the general format also anywhere. So you can download it, you can paste somewhere, or you can write down in your notebook. Okay, so it is just a fact data students. There's a 5 seats in the Lok Sabha Uttarakhand students. Okay, so this is just a fact data, that's why I'm not discussing it. Now among the following, which group or state or union territory have only 1 seat in the Lok Sabha? Only 1 seat in Lok Sabha. Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Lakshadweep, Goa, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Chandigarh, Sikkim, Mizoram, Manipur, Dadar Nagar Haveli and Pondicherry. So this question was in year 2016, and see, this is also means important for the examination. Okay, so where only 1 seats basically allocated for the Lok Sabha. Okay, So what is right answer for the same, students? So if we talk about Arunachal Pradesh, basically there are 2 seats for the Lok Sabha. Sikkim has 1 seat for the Lok Sabha. Goa has 2 seats for the Lok Sabha. Okay, everyone. So Manipur also contain 2 seats. And what they are asking? 1 seat. So in that case, Chandigarh has 1 seat, Sikkim has 1 seat, and Mizoram has 1 seat only. Okay. Dadar Nagar Haveli, Daman Diu, Lakshadweep and Pondicherry, these all states, means these all union territory where 1 seat you will get. Okay, everyone. So we have to see according to option. If anywhere there is a 2 number, then it means that it is not going to be correct. So option C will be right for the same, students. I hope you all getting it. Now see the explanation. As per the Election Commission of India, the state or union territory which have single seat in Lok Sabha are Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Andaman Nicobar, Chandigarh, Dadar Nagar Haveli, Daman Diu, Lakshadweep and Pondicherry. Otherwise, Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Meghalaya, Manipur, these have 2 Lok Sabha seats. Now, which of the following states 2 members of Lok Sabha are elected? Okay, so from which state, means from which of the following state 2 member of Lok Sabha is going to be elected? It is Tripura, Mizoram, Nagaland or Sikkim. Okay, so we already discussed in Mizoram 1 seat, in Nagaland 1 seat, Sikkim 1 seat, and Tripura has only 2 seats in Lok Sabha, only 2 seats. Okay, so this is also a fact data and you have to remember for the examination, students. See the question number 23. Which of the following state maximum number of seats are reserved for scheduled tribe in Lok Sabha? So as I already told you, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe seats are reserved. And in which state this tribes are found, where we will allocate the number of seats to it. Okay. See, Uttar Pradesh has very less number of scheduled tribe. Okay. And basically Odisha, Jharkhand, Meghalaya, Madhya Pradesh, these are the state where the number of scheduled tribe is very high, their population is high. So in Odisha, 5 seats are reserved for the scheduled tribe. Jharkhand also has 5 seats, and in Madhya Pradesh, students, there is 6 seats. Okay, so Madhya Pradesh has maximum number of basically the scheduled tribal Lok Sabha seat, students. So this is an explanation also, because it is a factual data. So you need to learn this, you need to remember this. Now there is no reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe for Lok Sabha in. If we talk about in the northeast, students, so basically these territory are majorly settled by the tribal community. Okay, so in Arunachal Pradesh there is only 2 seats, and you will see, students, there is no reservation for any scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, students. So this is Jammu Kashmir also, where you will not get any reservation, but yes, this is important. So total 131 seats will be means out of 543 they are belonging from the the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, so there will be a reservation for them. Now see the question number 25. Prior to completion of tenure, the Lok Sabha can be dissolved. Okay, so Lok Sabha can be dissolved, that's it is called as a discontinuous house, and it's depend on the majority. Who can dissolve the Lok Sabha? So it can be President of India, but there is a condition. There will be a recommendation for the dissolution of this Lok Sabha. So by the will of President, by Speaker, by the President on the recommendation of Council of Ministers, by the President on the recommendation of Speaker. So students, let's suppose initially before this 20 years earlier, before the completion, Prime Minister recommend to the President ki just dissolve the Lok Sabha, so a fresh election is going to be conducted. So it was always done on the recommendation of Council of Minister. So not explicitly Prime Minister, but yes, Council of Minister will advise कि now dissolve this Lok Sabha, a fresh election is now required. Okay, so if you see students, prior to the completion of tenure, Lok Sabha can dissolve by President of India on the recommendation of Council of Ministers. As per Article 74 of Indian Constitution, the President will act on the advice of Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. So the President of India does not have such power to dissolve Parliament its own. Basically, he proceed on the advice given by Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. So President can dissolve Lok Sabha under Article 85 Clause 2 of the Indian Constitution, students. Now, this question was in UPSC 2017. Now, students, read it very carefully. So for election of Lok Sabha, a nomination paper can be filled by whom? As this Lok Sabha election is going to be conducted for 2024, so it is also important to understand what to remember and what not to remember. If you see the statement number 1, anyone who is residing in India, okay, a resident of constituency from which the election to be contested. So it says that it is compulsory if someone going to participate from any state, they must belong to the same constituency. Okay, C says that basically any citizen of India whose name appear in the electoral roll of the constituency, and any citizen of India. So for election, nomination paper can be filled by which of the following? See students, if you read it very carefully, you will find it is mentioned under the People's Representation Act 1951. So anyone who is registered in the electoral roll of a constituency, it is not defined you belong to a specific constituency. So if your name appear in the electoral roll and you are the citizen of India, then you can participate from any constituency of India. So as you see recently, Amethi is going to basically the seat for the Robert Vadra. Initially it was for the Rahul Gandhi, but Rahul Gandhi participated from the Wayanad because last year he defeated in Amethi. Okay, so he lost this seat and Smriti Irani won here. After that, at the same time, he participated from two places, one Wayanad and Amethi. So he lost Amethi and he won Wayanad. So he survived as a member of Lok Sabha. Okay, so anyone like Prime Minister Modi ji is belonging to Gujarat, but he is participating in Uttar Pradesh, Varanasi seat. So anyone who is the resident of India, who is the citizen of India, and whose name is in electoral roll, he or she can participate in the election, students, or nomination. So just take the data. For election to Lok Sabha, a nomination paper can be filled by any citizen of India whose name appear in the electoral roll of a constituency according to Section 4 Clause D of the Representation of People Act 1951. Anyone who is 25 years of age or older is eligible to participate in the election of Lok Sabha, students, and candidate must be registered elector of a constituency and a citizen of India. We already discussed about the same. So anyone who is registered in the basically voter list or electoral roll in any state, he or she can participate from anywhere in India, students. Okay, now see the question number 27. Which article of Indian Constitution the provision for reservation of scheduled caste was made in Lok Sabha? Reservation. So we already know about the Anglo-Indian, where it is mentioned that it is under Article 331. Okay, so but here reservation for scheduled caste is included under which of the following article, students? So once again, this is article based data and you have to find it for the examination. Okay, so if you see article 330 to 342, okay, after that 343 to 351. So this is for language part number 16, 17 students. Okay, and basically this article 330 to 342, it is under part number 16 of Indian Constitution. Okay, and what you find, students, this is dealing about the reservation concept. And if you talk about the reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, it is mentioned under article 330 of the Indian Constitution. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribal seat for the Lok Sabha is included under article 330 of the Indian Constitution. Okay, now if we talk about article 332, this is for the Lok Sabha. Article 332, there is also reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So basically this is belonging to state legislature. Okay, article 331, initially it was for the Anglo-Indian, but now it is removed. Okay, and basically article 333 is for the Anglo-Indian in state, but it is also removed, and this is also removed by 104th Constitutional Amendment Act 2020. So if we talk about in Lok Sabha, the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe seats are reserved under article 330 of Indian Constitution. Article 332 is about the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe reservation for the state legislature. So option A is more appropriate and right answer for the same, students. So we can go through the explanation part also. And I told you already multiple times, this book is going to be a panacea for your examination because it contains each and every question with a very detailed explanation. Okay, everyone. So part 16 of the Constitution of India, article 330 to 342 provide for reservation of scheduled caste or tribe and backward and Anglo-Indian community. So under article 330, there is a provision for reservation in respect of seats of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in the Lok Sabha. Earlier under article 331, President used to nominate the 2 Anglo-Indian in the Lok Sabha. 332 for the reservation of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in the state legislature, and 333 for the Anglo-Indian in the state legislature, students. At present, the Anglo-Indian reservation concept is now removed for Lok Sabha as well as for the this state legislature, students. Okay, now see the question number 28. Okay, getting it? Things are okay? Okay, question number 28, match list 1 with the list 2 and select the correct answer from the code given below. Now students, list 1 is here, that is mentioning about the number of representation. List 2 is here, that is mentioning about the state. 48 seats, 11 seats, 25 seats, 42 seats, 39 seats. I told you multiple times, students, you need to remember the Lok Sabha seat and Rajya Sabha seat according to state, and that's why you need to work hard on the same. Okay, you have to remember the facts. Okay, because this is important for the examination, students. Okay, so just go through the data that is going to be important for you. Okay, so if we talk about Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and this question was in 2014. Okay, so you have to take care of this also. 48 seats and then 11 seats, 25 seats, 42 and 39. Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh and West Bengal. If we talk about students, Maharashtra has basically 48 seats. Okay, out of these he is the largest one, but as you know UP has largest population, so UP has maximum seat. So A3, Maharashtra has 48 seats, A3. Okay, if we talk about basically Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, 11 seats are belonging to Chhattisgarh, B4, and 25 seats are for the Andhra Pradesh. Okay, 42 seats for the West Bengal, 40 for the Bihar, 42 for the West Bengal, and 39 is going to for the Tamil Nadu. So if we go through the option A3, so D will be correct for the same, because 4, 3, 4, 1, 5, 2 is the correct arrangement for the same. So see, these are the factual data. You can't change it and you can't make any changes in that. So for that purpose, you need to remember each and every state member of parliament, okay, seats for the Lok Sabha as well as for the Rajya Sabha according to state students. Now, what is the number of seats reserved for the scheduled caste in Lok Sabha students? We all know the scheduled caste reservation for the Lok Sabha is mentioned under Article 330 of Indian Constitution, and it is mentioned under Article 84 of the Indian Constitution students. It is mentioned that there will be 84 seats reserved for the scheduled caste and 47 seats will be reserved for the scheduled tribe. Okay, so we already know this, so we can go directly for the same. So 84 seats for the Lok Sabha reserved for scheduled caste and 47 for the scheduled tribe students. Okay, maximum number of scheduled caste seat provided to the Uttar Pradesh. Okay, 17 seats in the total. Now, if we talk about the question number 30, which one of the following state has the highest number of reserved seat of scheduled tribe in Lok Sabha? Highest number of scheduled tribe seats in Lok Sabha: Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. So the state which has maximum number of population of scheduled tribe, that state will contain the maximum number of seats. So see, basically it is Madhya Pradesh where the largest number of scheduled tribes are found. So 6 seats are reserved in the Madhya Pradesh for the scheduled tribal community. So this is a direct fact data, and we already discussed it previously on the question number 20, I think. Okay, now see the question number 31. If the number of seats allocated to a state in Lok Sabha is 42, okay, then the number of seats reserved for scheduled caste in the state will be, okay. So how basically scheduled caste seat will be? It is 21, it is 14, it is 7, or it is 6. Okay, so what number it will be? So if we talk about in UP, 80 seat is here, and how many seats are reserved for the scheduled caste? 17. Okay, so let's suppose somewhere is half. It means that approximately half, approximately 8, 9. So 40 seats, 42 seats are here. So what will be right answer for the same? Okay. So students, we all know there is a reservation concept, and when you see 27%, means I'm just mentioning about the Mandal Commission, 27% are OBC, okay, 15% scheduled caste, and 7-point-something% scheduled tribe. So if you see 15% for scheduled caste, and if the number of seat is 42 here, so if it derive 15% of the 42, so it will be approximately 6. Okay, so option D will be going to be the right for the same. Okay, so this is the conceptual data. Okay, if you know this 27, 15, 7.5, then you can easily solve it. Okay, so this is just a data that was previously asked. What is the tenure? The tenure of Lok Sabha was about 6 years. Okay, so which Lok Sabha, okay, has 6 years of tenure? So when there was an emergency was introduced, okay, during the time period of 1975 to 77, in that case students, basically tenure was extended for 1 more year. Okay, and this was done in 1976, and students, this was the 5th Lok Sabha election. In 1971 this was conducted. Okay, so because of the emergency this tenure was extended. So just remember this also, it is just a fact data. Okay, see, the 9th Lok Sabha was dissolved on. Now you need to know when the 9th Lok Sabha was there. If fifth was dissolved in 1977, then a sixth was started in 1977. Okay, so yes, just opt the right answer for the same. Okay, so 9th Lok Sabha, the Prime Minister was VP Singh, Vishwanath Pratap Singh. And students, his government is not going to run for long time, and this time was 13th of March 1991, because he became Prime Minister in 1989. Okay, and then the government was dissolved in 1990. Okay, so 9th Lok Sabha was dissolved on 1991, and then fresh election was conducted. So it was in Bihar PSC 1997. So this is a previous question, but now they are just modifying it a lot. See, it was in UPSC year 2002. Okay, the term of Lok Sabha. So we all know Lok Sabha tenure can be, so cannot be extended under any circumstances. So we all know about the 76-77. Okay, it can be extended by 6 months at a time. It can be extended by 1 year at a time during the proclamation of emergency. It can be extended for 2 years at a time during the proclamation of basically emergency. So what is right answer for the same students? Okay, so the general, if we talk about the general concept, basically this maximum tenure can be for 5 years, but it can be extended for 1 more year if there is an emergency condition. So that was done in 1976-77. So option C is going to be right for the same students. Okay, if we talk about the question number 35, the sitting of House of People may be terminated by which of the following? Adjournment, prorogation, dissolution, or all of these. So basically sitting is going to be terminated. So these all are the terms. Okay, so just opt the right answer for the same students. Okay, so there are parliamentary procedure, and adjournment is, let's suppose the parliament meet today, and basically they because of some reason, so maybe the speaker has power, he will say, okay, this meeting is adjourned for 2 hours, 3 hours, or 1 day. So adjournment is basically for short time. Okay, if we talk about the prorogation, okay, so basically prorogation under article it is mentioned that it is a calling of the meeting. Okay, so this is also important. And then dissolution is basically the end of the parliamentary term, so that session is going to be ended. Okay everyone, so these are some important data. So these all can be used for the termination. Okay, so adjournment, prorogation, dissolution. Okay, so now see the question number 36. Which one of the following is not correct regard to the election of Lok Sabha? Not correct with regard to the election of Lok Sabha. This question was in UPPSC 2011 mains. So election on the basis of adult suffrage. Election commission is required to conduct the election. The electoral roll are prepared under the direction and control of President of India. And on the request of election commission, the president is required to make available to election commission such staff as may be necessary for discharge of its function. So which of the following is not correct? So students, as you know, basically this election is done on the universal adult suffrage. So who is 18 plus, he or she will participate in the voting. Okay, so this statement is correct. It is on the basis of universal adult suffrage. If we talk about the statement B, the election commission is going to conduct the election for the member of parliament, member of legislative assembly of a state, legislative council, as well as president and vice president of India. See, this electoral roll are prepared by election commission, not on the basis of president of India. So statement C is going to be incorrect. Okay, and see students, election commission, as you know, central government, all executive action is done on the name of president. He is the head of the country, he is the head of the nation. So basically, let's suppose election commission want anything. So at that time, a very great machinery required, large number of people required, so easy election can be conducted. So election commission requests the president of India to use the staff, central staff, as in the basically is the function of the election commission, students. Okay, so statement C is not correct with regard to election or to the Lok Sabha. Electoral roll are prepared and directed and controlled by the Election Commission of India under Article 324 of the Indian Constitution, provide that the power of superintendence, direction and control of election to Parliament, State Legislature, the Office of President of India and Office of Vice President of India shall be vested in the Election Commission. Thus, Election Commission has an all India body in the sense that common to both central and state level, students. Now, see the question number 37. The division of each state into the territorial constituency for the Lok Sabha is done by delimitation commission. This delimitation has been freeze till what year? So we already discussed about the same, and this question was in year 2022. So it was freeze in 1973, census will be 1971, and it was initially freeze for 2021, and after that once again it is extended for the 25 year. So what you find, students, it is extended up to the, means it is for the 2026. Okay, so if we go through the explanation, this will be good because explanation portion is very greatly added, so it will give you the data, good data. So the division of each state into the territorial constituency for the Lok Sabha done by the delimitation commission, students. So this delimitation has been freezed till 2026, and the recent delimitation was set up on 12th of July 2002 after the 2001 census, and Justice Kuldeep Singh, a retired judge of Supreme Court, was the chairperson for the same, and basically it was freeze for the 2026. Once again it is in 2026 is going to be done. So if they want the new recommendation, let's suppose they want to create more seats, they want to reduce some seats, then they can do it, but it's totally depend on the coming delimitation, students. It is not compulsory they are going to use the new census. Okay, 38th is here. Which one of the following is authorized to prorogue the session of House of the People? So who will call this session, students, in the Lok Sabha? Okay, so we will know, means we all know the speaker is the head of the, means Lok Sabha, he will conduct the session, but this calling is done by the President of India. President will call for the meeting of the this Lok Sabha, students. Okay, so this is right one. Article 85 clause 2 of the Indian Constitution is mentioning about the President this power to prorogue the session, students. Article 39 is here. In order to choose the number of Lok Sabha, a person must be not less than of the age 18 year, 21 year, 25 year or 30 year. So Lok Sabha, what is the age criteria? So he must completed the 25 year of age, we all know it. Okay everyone, then we have question number 40, and this question was in UPPSC 2020. Given below are two statements, one is labeled as assertion and other is labeled as reason. Assertion says that the Council of Ministers in India is collectively responsible to both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Council of Ministers will collectively responsible to both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. A reason says that the member of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are eligible to become the minister in the union government. Now you have to choose the correct option, students. Both A means assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for the same. Okay, and B says that both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not correct explanation. C says that A is true, R is false. D says that A is false and R is true. Student, collective responsibility. So collective responsibility of Council of Ministers is toward the Lok Sabha, not to the Rajya Sabha, students. So assertion is incorrect. Reason is member of both both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are eligible to become the member. Yes, lots of people are the member minister, basically member minister. So reason is correct and assertion is wrong. So if you see, basically statement D is going to be the more appropriate.